Okay, I think we can start now. I hope I'm visible. If I am visible, just comment. Yes? Okay, we'll start. So ready with your oil pastels, pencils, eraser. We'll keep our sheet vertical. Okay, I hope it is visible to you all. And am I audible? Can you comment if I'm audible? Okay. So today, on the occasion of upcoming Ganesha Chaturthi, yes, thank you so much. Okay, on the occasion of Ganesha Chaturthi upcoming, we are going to be starting our Ganesha drawing. So for this, I have kept my book vertically. Yeah, I just want to orient this in the direction. I think it is going to be in this direction. Okay, I hope all is visible. Yes. Okay. Okay. Are we ready to begin? So, to begin with, let us divide the sheet vertically into two parts. Okay, for your imagination, this part will be the head, this part will be the body. Okay. Right. So here, let us draw an inverted J shape. Please draw lightly as usual. See, all drawings have to always be very, very light. Okay, so these are the drawings that have to be really light. Yes. So here we are drawing this shape, which was nothing but a curve Okay, we started off with this curve and now we are doing this part. This is on one half of the sheet. See here, the sheet is divided into two parts. Upper half the face comes, lower half the body comes, as I told you. Okay, so lower half, for our rough drawing we will draw kind of oval shape. Later on we shall change it. Okay, you can have this as a rough body oval shape. Later on we shall modify this. Just draw a circle very roughly. If you need, you keep pausing this video so that you are able to work at your pace. Okay, if you feel that we are going fast, all you need to do is pause the video and you can continue at your own pace. Now we need to draw a Veena. This Ganesha is holding a Veena in front. So, slanting line, we will be drawing two slanting lines overlapping the trunk and everything. This is 1 and 2. Okay, and in front of this we need another circle. For this you can draw freehand or else you can make use of any object as well, like a bangle or so. This is the Veena. You can make it circular or oval shape as well. You can see that it's overlapping. I have told you that from time to time you can just pause the video if you are having any doubts. Just pause. There is no hurry over here. Alright. Yes, I hope I am audible. Now, let us draw ear for Ganesha. Okay, Ganesha is known for the large ears. So here I draw the ear. And on top of the head, we need to mark like a turban. So, 3 lines. Okay. Now once this is done, think that this is Ganesha's shoulder. So we will be drawing a straight line downwards followed by a curved line like this. Okay, let's make it a bit wider. A curved line. Now there are a lot of lines. I think it's getting a bit confusing. So pause it if you need and then we will continue. So this line we need to erase so that only the arm is visible. And likewise, since the Veena is in front, the body will not be visible. You need to erase that as well. And as I was saying, draw lightly. Okay. So this is a simplified version of the drawing that I have shown you. And this kind of hand shows that all the fingers are almost merged into each other. Alright. The next step would be the other arm. Other arm, from here, let us go right and let us go upwards. Like an inverted L shape. You can see this is an L shape. This is an inverted L. Ganesha is playing the Veena. So he is holding it here. Now again there are lines to be erased. All lines under the arm will be erased. If I am going too fast, just pause and watch this slowly. Okay. Right. All lines under the trunk also have to be erased. Why? That's because the trunk is in front. Right? Okay. I feel this is going a bit at an angle. I will just modify it. Come a little bit down. Right? Yeah. Okay, now we can draw the legs. The legs will be from the center. We need to draw like a sleeping 8 shape, or what can we say, like a shape of infinity. So this is how the knee will look on one side, and the knee on the other side, and the leg. So like this. Okay, this is the crossed legs, right? Okay. Are you able to do till here? What are you feeling? You can definitely comment. Let me know. Am I going a bit too fast? You can always pause it. Okay. Yes, if you have any comments to say, please comment here. All right. Wonderful. Yes. So, after class, I will check your pictures on WhatsApp. You can send it either in email or WhatsApp. Both are totally fine. So, after the class, I will come to that. This is the eye. I'm drawing the eye. And then we will draw the tilak over here. Okay. And we can even draw kind of a shawl for the Ganesha from his shoulder. So I feel that a shawl would look good. Right. And then it will overlap the knee. So I'm rubbing out the knee over there. And thus my drawing is actually complete. In order to show you today, I have done it quite lightly. Sorry, quite dark actually. Usually we draw very lightly. And then add some jewelry. See? So I'm adding some bangles. You can add some necklaces. Since we are working with oil pastels, make these designs a bit larger so that it's easy to color. Okay? In this, blocking the rest of the necklace, so that will not be visible to us. Right? Okay. Maybe I will increase the size of this turban over here. Alright. Okay. So next I shall start coloring. If you require, please pause the video as much as you need so that you can conveniently do it as per your pace. There is no hurry. Pause the video and work. So what I will be doing for the color scheme is I am choosing the kind of warm colors for the background and cool color, that is light blue, for the body. That is the color scheme which I am choosing. So I am going to work with my set of oil pastels. Right? Okay. So what we will be doing is, we will be starting off the body with light blue. Right. So here I want to start the body blue, but before I start oil pastels, the colors will merge with the pencil lead. Okay, I cannot have the colors of the oil pastel merging with my pencil lead, or else the drawing will be spoiled. Therefore, I am just lightening the entire drawing. Okay, so that it is better in terms of coloring with oil pastel. Oil pastel keeps merging with pencil lead, as I told you. Right, so I am just lightening the entire thing. See, we cannot have such dark outlines. So if your outlines are really dark, please take the time to actually erase it and make it lighter so that it is just visible but not dark. Right? After doing this, what we can do is, we can actually start coloring with oil pastels. So what I will do is, I will take my light blue and I am going over very lightly with it. Okay, light blue done. extremely lightly. Yeah. So this is light blue and I am using very little amount of pressure to do this. So light blue done lightly. Right. Same thing on the arms. Light blue done lightly. See the light pressure how it is. The whole body will be filled with light blue lightly. Okay, here I am not using much of pressure. Even on this part of the body, we will do light blue very lightly. Okay, after this, what you will have to do is, let us take white and dark blue to give the different shade variations. Okay. So here we have light blue, which is done with very little amount of pressure. I shall now go over with white in some places and dark blue in other places. So in the middle of the face and stuff, we can do it very lightly. Light blue done lightly. And now to one side I am giving white. Wherever there are darker areas, we will do it with dark blue. Wherever there are lighter areas, let us make it dark, light blue with white. So this part of the hand is also going to be light blue. Okay. Now here to the side of the face I want to use dark blue here, and under the trunk also I will use dark blue. Basically I want to have a differentiation between the body and the trunk. So when there are some changes in the place, for example between the arm and the body, or between the trunk and the body, or between the the veena and the body, these places I will be going over with dark blue, but that is done with a light amount of pressure. We are not pressing very hard. Okay, it is done lightly. So under the arms also it is done lightly. And on one side, once again, I will give some shade with the dark blue. The next thing we can do is actually just smoothen it out with a tissue. But before that, I'll just do the shade variation with dark blue, and then of course I will smoothen it out with a piece of tissue paper. Yes. Right, if I'm going too fast, please just pause it in between. I now take a piece of tissue paper which I am folding. So we just use the tissue to lightly smudge the whole thing to give you a smooth appearance. Avoid any white spots and spaces. Just fill up the entire thing with the tissue. Smoothen it out. Right? Since we have folded our paper, we get a lot of control in it. Right? So uniformly please smoothen the entire thing out. Okay, so now the Ganesha is almost complete. All we have to do is put the ears. I will be doing the ears with pink. Okay, so I will be doing the ears with a light shade of pink, and maybe I shall mix it with peach as well. Okay, so the ears will be done with pink, which I shall go over with peach to one side to give the variations in shape. Think carefully before you do, because some places we are going to have to do the bracelet of Ganesha, and obviously in those places we cannot have the ear color, so you have to plan effectively. Okay, so I have done this with a mix of pink and peach. Right, next thing I would do is, I think I can go over for the jewels. So these main bracelets and necklaces I shall do with a base coat of yellow. Later on perhaps I will have some shade variations. To the necklace. Okay. And then I would use different kinds of brown for the Veena. So we'll start off with a little bit of yellow ochre. This line should be taken out. Okay, so the Veena is visible, the body won't be visible. This is my shade variation here. And then we'll take my brown color and color the rest of it. Now as I told you, if you need to pause it, please pause and work slowly. Since we are working with oil pastel, you need to be careful that it does not smudge with the adjacent areas. So as you can see, I am not using too much of pressure. In fact, I will go over it with another color soon enough, because I feel this color is very dark. So I will be going over with light brown or yellow ochre. To give it the shade variation. Okay, after this let us do the clothes. So for the dhoti, I shall go over with red only in the bottom. You can wait and watch because I will be doing some shade variations. I am using red and then I am giving some shades with vermilion as well. So vermilion is basically dark orange and I shall mix it up with the red and go upwards. So you need to get a smooth color variation and a gradient between these two colors. So if you're not getting it, please try in another sheet and do it. So you can see the smooth color variation, right? The same thing needs to be done on this side as well. First I shall do red. I'm using medium pressure here. So in the lower part of the leg I am using red, right? Here also I shall give some red near the body. And then I reduce my pressure as I come to the side. Here also I have reduced my pressure and then I shall go over with vermilion color. So I'm basically mixing this part so that it does not look separate from each other but rather merges into each other, and I shall do that here as well. Right? Okay. Now this is done. The next thing I would have to do is the shawl. For this I think I will go with yellow, and I feel that I can give some shades with green here. I think green and yellow would be a good combination for this part. So I'll just do a base of yellow. I would also like to continue it on this side. So even though I hadn't drawn it earlier, I'm just making it now. Okay. So on that I shall go over with light green. As lines. Don't do it on the jewels. This is only for the part which is the shawl. And I think this same color combination would look good on the turban as well. So shall we do the red and orange for the turban or the yellow and green? I think either of this can be used, but maybe today I would prefer the red. So let's go with red. So on the lower part of each portion I am doing red, and as I go up I am reducing the pressure a bit. Leave a little gap for vermilion. Once again red. Go lighter. Do the same here as well. Okay. So after this, what we are going to do is the minor details like the eyes. Okay, the eyes need to be done with yes, the eyes need to be done with color pencil because it's a very narrow area. So you'd rather not do it with oil pastel directly. Instead, please use your color pencils for that. Yeah, definitely not the regular lead pencil. You need to use only color pencils for this. Okay, and while I'm at this, I shall actually give some outlines because in this part you can see that the trunk and the body is actually mixing with each other. So I need to do some more shade variation over there. We'll do it with darker blue just like I did earlier. So I'll take my blue and give a few lines here because the trunk and the body was actually mixing with each other. So here something needs to be done. Right, and then you can actually merge it with your tissue a bit so that it looks very smooth. Yeah, now we also need to give color pencil outlines, so we'll do that. So now after this, just use dark blue for the blue parts. Give beautiful outlines with color pencil. So everywhere, wherever there is a blue filling, you can give the outlines with blue. Use a pencil, and if there are any minor white dots, you can cover it up. Okay, this part needs to be darkened. Here give the outline. Okay. Now take your ruler and with a black color pencil, let's draw some lines here on this musical instrument. Okay, this needs a little bit correction. Okay, fine. Yeah. So okay, fine. It looks like it's actually moving the wire. That's also okay. Fine. Now we will put red on the forehead. For that also we shall use our color pencil. This part I think needs to be smoothened out, for which I shall use a new clean piece of tissue, because the only one was more or less blue. So it's good if we have another clean piece. Do not smudge it too much. See, all the colors are not actually getting wiped out. They shall remain. Okay, if you smudge it too much, your shade variations will be lost, which is why you need to do a very gentle smoothing if required. Otherwise you can actually skip the part if it is already smooth. Okay, we shall also do some more outlines for the jewelry, and for that I might actually use brown. I can even give some detailing. Okay, yes, so now we are almost finishing our Ganesha. If you want, you can always do the background. For the background I shall choose violet. Be very careful as you do this. So if you have any doubts, you please send the comment and then I can respond to you. If you like this drawing, let me know if I should do more of this kind. And if you find the level of this a bit too high or too easy, you comment that as well. So what are your plans for the festival? In fact, I would love to see your finished drawings. So tell me your plans about how you're going to celebrate the festival. Yes, okay. I really like this drawing. In fact, Ganesha is one of the favorite topics of many of the artists. What do you think? Okay. Maintain the direction here, and also what you would need to do is you have to use the tissue paper to smoothen this out. Reason being that the background is more or less smooth. So you can just make it even smoother with the tissue. Yes, so you can take a piece of tissue paper and just smoothen everything out. If you need, as I said, you can just pause the video and watch it at your own pace. So when you are shifting colors, we always take a new piece of tissue and smoothen out the entire thing. Yeah, be very careful when you're doing this. See, you shouldn't go over your Ganesha while you're trying to smoothen the background. So just be patient and use a small piece of tissue. So we are almost completing this here. Okay. So while you're smoothing, just try to cover up all the white spaces unless it is planned. If there are many very tiny spaces left, you can always cover it up with your color pencil or use the tissue to move the color. Okay, like this. See, these areas you can just cover up with the tissue itself. Okay, now just remove all the extra pieces. In fact, you can dispose them off thoughtfully because these small pieces tend to actually give out color and they could spoil your drawing if you're careless. So just be careful as you take them out. Okay, I think my drawing is complete, right? Okay, so I think my drawing is totally complete. I hope you like it. Let me know if you have any doubts. You can also comment. If you have any doubts, you can ask later also, not a problem. I think I will give some outlines in this part as well. So I'm using my color pencil. Yeah, and light pressure. See, I'm not pressing too hard. This is basically done very lightly. Okay. Are there any doubts? Looks like there are no doubts. Any doubts, you can please send the comments. Okay. So wish you all a very happy Ganesh Chaturthi. Okay. Let me know your opinions. See you the next time. Bye.